Hello racing fans and a warm welcome to Trackside, proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. Bet with the best, bet with WSB. Well, trust in you, the valued racing fan, is well. And you've had a fair week, and it is a bumper weekend when it comes to South African horse racing. It's a doubleheader on the 19th of August, this Saturday, where we race at Turffontein and Durbanville. And then on Sunday, which is the 20th, we'll move over to Scottsville. So there's lots to look forward to. I've just concentrated on the Saturday race meetings, and we've booked out 2 horses at Durbanville, 2 horses at Turffontein. So away we go with our 2 horses from Turffontein, 4 horses to follow. And our day will begin early at Turffontein. Race number 1 is a maiden plate over 1,200 meters for fillies and mares. And I think that this filly is the right horse in the right field. Her name is Alicia's Love. She's trained by Roy Magna, will be partnered by Muziani. She needed her first 2 starts, having watched her first 2 runs. She just needed the experience. And then last time out at Turffontein on the inside track, they dropped her to 6 furlongs, and she attracted some solid betting support, punted into 17-10. And she did everything but win. She showed natural pace and speed. She hit the front, which seemed to be the right time, but she just found one too good on the day. She was beaten by 1 fell swoop. And I looked up her form lines, and I must say that she's got the strongest form lines in this field. Her last start has seen, in a sense, come out to win and World Heritage. And this is a very hot combination. Muziani is riding exceptionally well. He's had a wonderful start to the new season. And, of course, Roy Magna's stable in tremendous form. So, although poorly drawn out at 10, the fact is, the way she raced last time out, if she repeats that performance, I think it'll take a good one to beat her. I think we're off to a flying start here on Trackside, race number 1, horse number 5, which is Alicia's Love. Then on to race number 5 at Turffontein. Now, in the 5th race, which is over 2,000 meters, there is some form to recommend with most of the runners, but I think the most appealing, the form that jumps off the page in black and white, is for number 4, the Inkosana, Gavin Lerena and Erico Verdenez. A 5-year-old entire that's in exceptionally good form. A very, very easy win at that penultimate start, and I see the handicapper took serious note of that, pushing him up from a 55 to a 63 in the merit ratings. But he showed last time out, even of mark of 63, that he's still highly competitive. It was a good run from him. He just left a bit too much to do at the business end of the race. He wasn't his usual self like he was at his penultimate start, where he was confidently ridden. He set towards the back end of the field, and he won one of the faster finishes that day, finishing 3rd, only beaten 2 lengths. They gave him another point for that place, so he now races off a 64. But I think the form that he is in, the fact that he loves racing on the inside track, Erico Verdenez and Gavin Lerena, when they team up, we know they mean business. I think this is the right horse in the field. Race 5, horse number 4, the Inkosana. So hopefully those 2 runners arrive at Turffontein, because we got 2 runners that we're going to follow at Durbanville on Saturday. And our first will begin in race number 2. It's over 1,250 meters, a maiden plate. And when I looked at this race, barring the unknowns in the race, which are first-timers, this horse is an absolute standout. You'll make him a 5-star bet against the against the raced horses in the field. Number 1, Coastal Commander. Vaughan Marshall and Bernard Faderable team up. And a horse that's run 3 times, all at Kenilworth, and he's found one better, finishing in that number 2 box. 2nd on debut. 2nd at his 2nd start, and last time out over 1,400 meters. Again, he did everything but win, was caught very late over that 7 furlong trip and ran 2nd. Now, first run at Hollywood Bets Durbanville is a tricky course, but a big plus is the draw. He's drawn 1, and with the pace and speed that he's shown, I'm expecting him to be in front, and hopefully he runs all the way to the line. He'll be a short favorite if there isn't money for any of these first-timers, but all we want is for him to win. Race number 2, number 1, Coastal Commander. Then on to the 3rd race, so it's quick and fast at Durbanville, because race number 3, I think this horse called greeting my master, Pit Stain and Richard Foree, will be very hard to beat on what I saw on debut. Was a friendly in the betting market at around 12-1. But this horse, first day at school, he ran like a horse that knew what it was all about. No inexperience at all. Jumped out with the field, showed natural gate speed. The pace was there. And again, a horse that just found one better on the day, was beaten by questioning. And that run with Richard Foree up would have taught Richard a lot about the horse. And he is certain to have come on with that run. And all he needs to do is just repeat that performance that he had at Kenilworth and Durbanville, show that natural gate speed from draw 7, get to the front like he did first time out, and I think it'll take a good horse to beat him. So I'm really confident about these two horses at Durbanville, races 2 and 3. They look the part in their respective races. So we got those 4 horses, 2 at Turffontein, 2 at Durbanville, and of course, if you make some money on Saturday, you can invest it at Scottsville on Sunday, where we race in the capital in some doozy Pietermaritzburg. And I just want to look at that card and see what they have on offer. I did have a look at it. It looks to be some very tricky races, so we left out that race meeting. They got 8 races on the go there, and I think the exotic should pay exceptionally well on Sunday at Scottsville. But that is it, guys. That is it. Our 4 horses to follow. 2 trebles will be up on the World Sports Betting menu. And as always, on behalf of the sponsor, World Sports Betting, thanks to all the punters, but more importantly and more especially, thanks to you, the valued customer. Until we meet again, which will be next week, you have a wonderful weekend's racing. Hopefully things fall into place. And as always, you take care. Salani Nosh.